Yup, what's up with it? This your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the third house, back with another reading. This is going to be another pick a card reading. We're going to be asking the question, who finds you irresistible? All right. So I got 4 piles, as normal. Take a chance to look at these, while I do my regular spiel. As always, thanks to those people who be liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, getting involved. Thanks to those people who donated, and thanks to those people who booked those personal readings not too long ago. Appreciate you very much. That's about it. Let's just kind of get straight to it. It's nice as hell outside, if you can't tell. Sun beating on my face. I'm about to run to the gym after this and just enjoy the day. So I'm going to hit y'all with something, and maybe I'll be back later tonight. I was thinking about it, so we'll see what happens. All right, so this is pile 1. This is pile 2. This is pile 3. This is pile 4. So take a second, pick your pile or piles, and I'm going to get started over here with pile 1. Boom, pile 1. So, pile 1, who finds you irresistible? Okay, so signs we have is Scorpio, Aries, Leo, Capricorn, and Gemini. Okay, so this person is from your childhood. We have third house, or just from your intermediate like and within the vicinity of you, like a close friend of a friend, or like close family. They're like your community. All right, they're like somewhere in that area, because the third house consider your neighborhood. So it's like a close association with like siblings, friends, like close friends and siblings, or people who feel like family. You know what I mean? So even if they're not family, they feel like family because maybe you've known them for a while. Now these are people. This is a person or people who have conformist ideas. So they're usually trying to go with what society believes is the right thing to do. They could be married because I have wedding here. Now, this person may be married, or that may be something they want to do, because we have promote marriage, promote wedding, promotion wedding. So this is usually about ideas, about promoting conformist ideas, or promoting, and this is through communication. So this person is a communicator who usually communicates ideas, or about like what's considered a sociably acceptable way of doing things. Now they could be working for like a company like that has like a set of rules where they have to keep doing things or have to do things a certain way, or they just are like, maybe they're a broadcaster and they talk about, like, they could be like a relationship coach that has like a podcast or something, or they could be like a public speaker that talks about like a public official or a city official, or like they talk about, like if it's a lawyer, he talks about the law. Like they go with it's already kind of like set in stone, or it's already publicly known. It's public information that they communicate. All right. Now this is a person, because this is definitely people from the past, because South represents like a journey from the past that there may be like, so it's not it's a person who may have wanted to win at all costs, or maybe wanted to like control the whole dynamic, but now they're looking for a happy medium. And with time to go, that means that this isn't quite ready to end yet, so either they're not ready for this to end, or just the whole situation itself. Because whenever these cards are in reverse, it just means that the divine is taking hold of the situation. And now I just learned something, because I've been doing some studying for a while, right? Whenever I see Scorpio, so these people are attractive, because we have Leo and we have Scorpio, okay? But what I learned about Scorpio, right, is that whenever it is there, it just has an energy of obsession and control. And what the control is of the things that they can't, the control is, okay, for Scorpio, the things that you can't control are what you obsess about the most. So wherever you have Scorpio in your chart, that area is where you obsess about the things you can't control. You know what I mean? So for me, just to give you an example, I have mines in my Mars. So I obsess about the things outside of the things I desire. So if I desire to, let's say, to get a car, I have, you know, an obsession about maybe how other people will see the car or how the car may drive. Like everything outside of actually achieving the car may cause me to worry about it. You know what I mean? Now, you know, I have to be consciously aware to avoid that. But if you know, most times if you're on autopilot, this is where you'll revert back to. And so this is something like that. What they're investigating or trying to figure out is how can they find a happy medium? This is who this person is. They find you very irresistible. They find you very prideful, you know, but very receptive, very sensual, very sexual, because we got sacral chakra here. And this is what they're liking about you, that you're very receptive. You have a lot of attraction. They see you as very attractive, but they also see you as very egoic or very prideful. And this could be who they are too as well, you know what I mean? But like secretly. So it's like an energy of just kind of like wanting to possess you, wanting to control the dynamic. But right now they're in consideration of how can they find a happy medium, okay? My nose is itching like hell. So the actions that they're going to take, I'm feeling like, is they may detach from just kind of, I feel like the facade of them having control is like they may stay in like, because you got the King of Wands, I mean not King of Wands, we have the Emperor, and he's stationary, he doesn't do too much moving, but we do have the Tower. So what may change is this facade of them feeling like they're in control. What may change is their perspective of feeling like they have control, and they may just kind of like drop the burden and maybe detach from the situation. They might just, it doesn't say surrender, so it feels like they may just kind of like gracefully bow out, is what I feel like here. You know, they just may, you know, they may want a wedding, but I don't feel them doing any action, you know, outside of, you know, kind of changing their perspective about this. I don't see too much more than that. You know what I mean? They don't want to carry the burdens with this Ten of Wands, you know, and this King of Swords is about detaching, and it's not really much about communication. So they may not, I don't feel like they're going to do anything. You know, this could be someone who, you know, runs a business, or because I also figured out something else about the Emperor, right? So if this isn't someone who's in like higher authority, or someone who runs a business, or is like a manager or something like that, right? This is just someone who, whenever you're around them, you feel the need to show them your best self. Like you may be on all your P's and Q's. You may not necessarily, you know, you try to show your best face, and they try to do the same with you, you know, so you guys kind of take each other seriously. So if it's not like a boss or a manager or someone with real authority, when you meet them, or when they meet you, or if you've ever met them, it's an energy of you respect them, like you take them seriously. Just even if you don't know them that well, you know these people. So these people are people that even if they don't have like some level of authority, when you guys are around each other, you guys take each other very seriously. There's like an energy of like, I believe in you, or I really care about you. I want you to know this. You know what I mean? You need to know how serious or how real you are to me. You know, these are relationships or a relationship that has that was meant to be in your life here. And with this South here, this is still part of your destiny. This is kind of like the South node in this deck. It's kind of like the South node. You know what I mean? And it's like going back in time to like, I guess this is what they want you to do, but they're not going to do too much. All that's happened is just that they changed their perspective. You know, they want to put down the burdens of this. They don't want to carry this alone. You know, and so that's what's changing. And maybe they've changed the perspective of what is security or what is stable. You know, maybe that's what's changed. You know, because they've been doing it because the Emperor here gives me energy of them done it for so long. Wow, my communication was off there, but it's an energy of them having done this for so long. Maybe you guys have done this for a while, but they just think that you're very irresistible. You know what I mean? And you know, they want to do what's considered the right thing, or what's the socially acceptable thing. You know, so that might be the communication that's going to be coming in soon. You know, because with time to go and reverse, it just means that this is meant to be in your life and that it hasn't quite ended, that there's maybe more to the story than meets the eye, kind of, you know what I mean? So that's the energy that's going to be coming in, you know, and it's like it's an adventure. It means this is like a new adventure, but from the past. So these are people from the past, you know, they're just kind of like investigating how can they find a happy medium with you where it doesn't have to be all or nothing, you know what I mean? Because with the sweet results await, this is the energy of being impatient, of wanting things to happen like right now. So these are people who want this situation to happen right now. They want drastic change. You know what I mean? They want to be able to put down you know, the whole burden, or, you know, this weight that's been on them. You know, they want to be able to put this down, you know, and let it go. But they're just trying to allow you to flow in, because this is about your desires. When sacral chakra shows up, this is about pulling in your desires. So they're trying to attract their desires, for sure. But they're just, you know what I mean, they're changing their perspective. So that's all that they're doing right now. Right now, they're just changing their perspective. They're not going to do anything especially with investigate and with this emperor energy. They're not doing it. They're not going to do anything. You know, the only thing that's changing is their perspective, you know, and their desire to, you know, to carry this burden without saying anything, you know, because that's the King of Swords. So they'll carry this burden for a little bit, but they're going to let it down for a second without saying anything. They're just going to kind of like observe and allow this facade of how they felt security would be fall apart. You know what I mean? That's what I'm picking up. So tell me how I did on that one, because for real, I feel like, you know what I mean? But anyway, it don't really matter, you know, can't win them all. So, pile 1, that was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the third house. Hey boy, you doing all right? All right. Boom, pile 3. So, pile 3. Who finds you irresistible? Ooh, somebody who's very attractive. Ooh, someone could be a heartbreaker. Yep, could be a heartbreaker. It's a player. It's a player. It's a player. Okay, so you could be dealing with a Taurus, a Sagittarius, a Aries, a Pisces, a Libra, or a Taurus again, okay? So you could be dealing with one of these signs, you know, or both of these signs, or all of these signs. This is who finds you irresistible, someone who's very attractive. Now, they put on a facade of being very materialistic, but really there's a deeper aspect to them. You know, with all that glitters in reverse, it could be like there's more to them, or they're like really shallow. They may not see more to life than what they're like, you know, physical attraction, materials. You know, they're very materialistic. Now, that's it. That's really it. Very materialistic. That's it. That's who they are. You know what I mean? They care a lot about beauty, looks, fashion, and when this comes to the edge, they're a risk taker. You know, but if you look, she's leaving hearts. She's leaving hearts. You know what I mean? So they only care about the looks. They only care about, you know, your appearance or what you have. You know, so maybe you wear like designer, or, you know, you have like a nice car, nice house, you know, nice body, you know, beautiful face, you know, nice boob, whatever the case is. You know, and they're attracted to that, you know, the shallow aspects of you. Now, this could be a person who works out. This could be a person who has like a business. You know, they're prosperous already. You know, so they have some type of income, money. You know, they're already abundant. All right, and they have other suitors as well. Okay, because Venus is here. So Venus is, you know, ruler. Venus is here twice, with the Empress and with the actual planet of Venus. All right, so this is a very attractive person. You know, could be maybe like light skin, brown skin, tannish, Native American, Hispanic. That's kind of the vibe it kind of picks up, you know. Or they have like, if it's a woman, she has brunette hair, and the male even has black hair too. So the male has black hair, maybe long hair. Maybe even like a mini fro or something like that. Or if it's not fro, he's got like, you know, I don't know what that hair is called for males with when it's brunette, it's black. You know what I mean? Like, look, it's like black. You know what I mean? It's not really a fro. It's It's just hair. It's just hair. I don't know. You know what I mean? But now this person is very they're very grounded within themselves. You know what I mean? They love themselves. They have a lot of self-love, okay? This person also is very intuitive. They have a third eye, so they're open. They're open to a lot of possibilities. That's really it. Like they're a free spirit, really. And with Swan spirit in reverse, this is a person who's just very shallow. Like they're not looking to do anything other than get fulfillment. You know, with Venus, they're looking for a romance. That's it. And the energy that they're gonna probably come in is maybe inspire you. They may like come down. So you may see them as you may see them as someone who has authority, or see them as someone to kind of take serious. But they're gonna come in with the energy of like not needing to take them serious. You know, that's how they're gonna come in. They're gonna come in with this perspective of like almost like a godlike figure. You know what I mean? Kind of like a god complex, as if So it's like this. So how can I put it into like words? Because it's like I see myself as better than others, yet when I'm around you, you're my equal, or I see you as high as me, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm gassing you up, all right? Like I'm gassing you up. I'm gonna come down off my throne. I'm gonna come down and let you see, you know what I mean? So everybody else sees me as this person up here, but when I'm around you, it's just me and you. Like I'm not gonna use my authority on you, That's what the vibe is. They're not gonna use their authority on you. So even if it's a woman, she's coming down like, hey, I know I got all my stuff put together, but I'm not about to, I'm just like you. I'm just a regular person, So this could be someone who has authority, but they're gonna come off in an energy of not being so authoritative, like not so demanding, more like dumbed down, maybe dimming to fit in, kind of, because with all this superficialness here, just that energy of them just kind of like doing this to fit in with other people and to be accepted. You know what I mean? That's really the vibe. They're gonna, people respect them because they have material and because they're attractive and because they inspire other people and because they get other people going. You know what I mean? They go with the flow, and they just kind of naturally know where the opportunities are. So other people are around them, and so I guess they enjoy that, and that's how they. That's just how they get their reputation. That's how they've gotten their authority or this level of status, because the emperor could be like a level of status that other people just respect. It doesn't mean that they necessarily have to have anything. They could be an entrepreneur. They could be like a manager, business owner. But even if they're not, they're just someone who other people take seriously or respect their words, respect their opinions, and take it for value. So this is that type of person, all right, where people just take their words or their opinion for value, but they're only looking for some type of fulfillment, sexual fulfillment, not really emotional fulfillment. There is an emotional fulfillment, and it could flower into something, but the initial stages for them is to kind of like do the player thing and just get some gratification, some instant gratification, and slide on. And what they're going to do is just kind of make themselves be a little bit more accessible to you. You know what I mean? More they're gonna because it's going with the flow. So it's going to change their perspective of being. I'm like, they're going to be regal, but they're going to be like, just for you, I'm not like that. I'm not going to treat you like I would treat everybody else. That's how they're going to come off. All right, that's the actions that they'll do. That's the actions that they'll bring in. So look for that. So pile 2, that was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the 3rd house. Boom, pile 3. So, pile 3, who finds you irresistible? All right, so signs I have are Cancer, Gemini, Pisces, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. This is who finds you irresistible. Now, this could be someone from your past. because, or someone, like when I say from your past, it doesn't have to necessarily be like your past. It could be from like a recent past, like not too long ago. Anyway, because this is someone who maybe didn't make the most use of the time that you guys had together. It's still like, it's kind of still up in the air. This person still feels up in the air about making the first move. They really want to, move forward. They're having divine inspiration, divine ideas and downloads are coming to them. They're getting, because, when be bold and make the first move is purple. So that purple is crown chakra. That means that you're getting divine wisdom. Information is coming to you. And so here with dark matter, this is usually about not really seeing things, being confused, not knowing how all the parts play a part of the whole. And that's kind of where they are. This person is like almost confused. They're not really seeing how all of this is playing a part into a bigger role. And maybe they're not seeing their part, or they're not seeing their part in it, because it says it's not my fault. So this person is a person who feels like it's not their fault. And what they're doing is they're in the hangman energy, so they're kind of like just kind of like observing this situation. You guys might have broken up or had some type of situation where you separated, because we got Queen of Swords right behind it. So you guys might have separated, and they're probably just kind of like standing their ground, being firm, maybe I feel like they're just kind of like almost like a detached energy, like, like I'm open to talk, but you need to come to me. That's kind of the vibe that it is. Like, you need to come to me, because this person has strong principles, all right? And this comes from the way that they were raised, because we have ascendant. So this person has strong principles, and it comes from the way that they were raised, all right? This is also a person who believes in themselves, so they're very confident, they're very cocky, they're very self-assured. They could be a person who hoards things or is kind of selfish, because I think of the squirrel as a hoarder, like they get stuff all day long and then they tuck it away and they hide it and all that stuff. So they may even be like a very secretive type of person, maybe even an indecisive type of person, or lacking, because the lovers is in reverse. So for me, the lovers in reverse is about lacking vulnerability, not allowing others to see who they really are. So this is that type of person, and so they may be sacrificing or debating on sacrificing this relationship, because the Queen of Swords energy gives me this energy of like, like if you look at her face, she's like, I'm for sure of what I decided. I'm just gonna let I'm open. That's what the sword means. It's like it's open communication, but come with the truth, and you need to come to me. The Queen's not going to you. So it's kind of like that energy of like, and with the hangman here, there's just like waiting, waiting maybe on a decision or waiting on a choice, but this person finds you irresistible. They're just stuck by their principles, and these principles are because the descendant is about how you came into the world with the family beliefs, how you were taught to, what things you were taught to respect in other people. So their principles are what's keeping them in this moment. And they're kind of like confused about making the first move right now, even though they're getting divine wisdom and divine downloads that are coming in, giving them information. And with this Pisces energy here, right here, with the hangman energy, this is a spiritual number. Like, that's why you're hanging from the tree, to get more enlightenment, to see it from a higher perspective without a lot of things to cloud your judgment. You know what I mean? So it's like you almost like, it's almost like a hermit mode, but this is kind of like, I don't do anything, I don't move, because the hermit is leaving from a situation. This hangman energy is like, I haven't done anything yet, I haven't made a decision on anything, I haven't considered it yet, I'm just looking. And so that's what they're doing. They're just looking. They haven't really done anything. And with this slow and steady wins the race, they're not going to do anything super quick or super impulsive. They're just going to kind of like let this like run its course, take their time. It just feels like, they may not be making the best use of their time, because that was the first card that came out with the TikTok. But it's all good, because this is still divinely orchestrated whenever those cards are in reverse. So this is a good thing. This is a person who has good discernment. So they are doing something good. They're just kind of like observing and just kind of seeing how this works. So they're really into you. And like I said, this could be a Gemini, a Pisces, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, you know what I mean? So, or Cancer, I said. So, or because we got cardinal, I forgot. So this is Capricorn, Libra, Cancer, Aries. So it could be one of them. All right, my bad. It could be one of them too. But this is about partnerships and working together. You know, and I want to say karmic cycles, because this is what this is almost about. Like, you know, kind of repeating karmic cycles and karmic lessons. You know, because the lovers can sometimes in reverse be about karmic lovers. You know, some people say it's a twin flame journey. You know, so it could be something like that. I don't really like know too much about the twin flame journey, so I don't be sharing it. You know, when I first got into tarot, I heard about it and I was like, oh, maybe that's my twin flame. But all of them? Stop. So they're going to be coming into a period soon where they're going to be taking responsibility for their part. All right, they're going to be shifting their mind and listening to their intuition. So, you know, they may not do anything initially because they're just kind of like going with the flow and allowing this to kind of like play itself out and just like going slow with it, like taking every day, one day at a time, and just like observing and just trying to get more insight and more wisdom, more clarity, you know, because they feel like they're not seeing this from the right perspective. And that's really it. They feel like they're not seeing this relationship from the right perspective, you know, and there's a fear of intimacy here, you know, with the lovers in reverse, you know, but they are open. They just, you know, they just kind of like rigid. That's really it. They're just kind of rigid in their beliefs because they believe in themselves, and they believe in themselves because of their principles, you know, and these principles were taught to them when they first got here, you know, when they first came to Earth. This is what they were taught to respect in people. So they're holding true to those principles, and that's what's keeping this. So if you guys are like in a dynamic, this is what's keeping you guys like in the same dynamic, because it has to do, might even have to do with like family, you know what I mean? Because descendant is usually what your family teaches you to respect in people, you know what I mean? So for instance, like I'm a Capricorn. I was taught to respect structure, responsibility, people doing the right thing. That's what I was taught to respect, you know. And so sometimes there are things when there are times when things happen that I may not care about, but I was taught that it needed to be this way for it to be right. So if I see it, I may start off being judgy initially, and then as I, you know, reflect and think, I don't really care about that. I was just taught that that's just how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? And so that's who this type of person is. They may not really necessarily care about it, but it's like they were taught that there's a principle to it, or there's a way, a right way that things are supposed to be. And so that's how they are. And so they're kind of like holding on to those, you know, but they're really trying to see this from a whole nother perspective, you know, and it's going to take some time, but it's going to happen. All right, because that's what the hangman means. Eventually, there's enlightenment that comes from the hangman. All right, so Pile 3, that was your reading. Thanks for watching. This is your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the 3rd house. Boom, Pile 4. So, Pile 4. Who finds you irresistible? Could be an air sign. Could be a Taurus, Capricorn, Sagittarius, or Scorpio. Could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. This person is just going to be spying on you, just observing you. You know, you might be too far at a distance from them with this 3 of Wands. It's like, because 3 of Wands for me is like pessimism, but it's usually because of things seeming like they're too far out of reach, you know? And so that's that energy of like, maybe you're too far out of reach, you know? So this person is just kind of like, they're at peace, they're at balance with what they got going on. Maybe they've changed location or whatever this is. It's a person who's in charge of their destiny. They're a manifester. They know how to wrap the world to them, you know, basically like mold the world to them. And then with Dual here, this gives me a very stubborn type of person, very headstrong, you know, very egoic, but like in a healthy way where this is how they get things done. All right, they're very bold, they're very fearless, they're not afraid of getting, you know, of like challenges, but they are a bit pessimistic. You know, now this is a person who has a lot of information. They're very inquisitive, very curious. You know, they got a lot of information. They're not a know-it-all, but they do know a lot. All right. Now this also is a person who's putting on a facade because they have resources, and we have the 10 of Cups. So there's a person who's putting on a facade of being happier than what they really are, or being more maybe even more abundant than what they really are. You know, because with this dual right next to resources and this 10 of cups, you know, because 10 of cups for me is about putting on airs in reverse. It's about putting on airs, putting on the facade that this is a happy family, or this is my happily ever after, or this, or that I'm overjoyed. I'm putting on the facade like this is all that it is, you know, and it has to do with their resources. So this person is going through some type of maybe like a transformation of their resources. So, okay, so look, this person could be getting an abundance of resources, or either, so it's either one or the other. Either there's an influx of resources going for them, or they're going in like, it's going in the opposite direction. You get what I'm saying? So it's either going well for them or it's going bad for them. But either which way, they're putting on a facade that things are going great. All right. So even if it's going bad, you know, then, you know, that they're like, hey, it's still going great. And even if it's going good, then they're still like, you know, it's going great, but, you know, there's something missing, but they're not saying what's missing. All right. But something's being rebirthed here and being transformed with this Pluto energy, and it's their resources more likely. So it could be ending, or it could be growing for them, one of the two. But anyway, this person is very fearless, very independent, headstrong. They could be a fighter, could be a competitor of some sort. You know, they're into competitive sports. You know, that's for sure. They're into competitive sports, and they're very intellectual, very smart thinker, quick-witted, very keen eyesight, good talker, because you have communication is key. So they're very good at talking. They could be athletic, you know, or athletically built, you know, very, very nice build. Like it's a solid build, you know, dressed very nice. This is like designer, or like nice clothes at least. Like they're spiffy, you know. Now this person, they're going with a change. So they're having a change. They're having a change. Maybe they moved. Maybe they're moving. You know, like they're, because I have change and motion, and this both in air. So it's about changing. They're ending a cycle and they're going into something new. They're having something new now, and now they're moving. They're moving pretty fast too, because the energy is gaining momentum right next to these horses. The horses, you know what I mean? Like they're picking up steam, picking up space, you know, and they're now like getting some room now that they can breathe and they can relax. Now they were used to deal with being unstable, so that's what it was. Now, okay, so look, they can be either unstable now, you know, because it's like they're finding either a peace, because it feels like it's two ways of being. It feels like they're like, all right, like maybe it's not all that they're hoping it can be, but they're like working with it. They're changing their perspective on things. They're getting things done. You know what I mean? They're still like molding their reality to their amount. You know what I mean? Like they're in charge of their universe. They just, okay, so they may be stable, they may have resources, but they may not necessarily be like rich, but they have resources. It's a change. So maybe money has come in for them now, and now they're feeling good about it, but it's not the end all be all that they thought it was. And that's where the energy is. So maybe they're observing you, but you may be at a distance. You know what I mean? And they're very attracted to you. You know, they could dress very nice, you know, but it's just that energy of them like putting on like, hey, I'm successful, I'm doing very good, you know, but it's not all that they thought it would be, because the 10 of Cups is like, I'm putting on a facade of being overly joyed, overly happy. Maybe I have it all, I got it all, you know what I mean? But they're not really happy. And so they're watching you, but you seem too far away. That's what it really feels like with this page, looking at this 3 of Wands. It's like you're too far away, but they're spying on you. They're observing you. They're watching you, analyzing you. All right. Now this could have been a person who's either unstable or was once unstable and has now come to like terms with themselves. Like they're at peace with themselves in terms of like achieving things or getting things done. Like when it comes to making a plan of direction, now they you know, they already know what to do. And this person is gaining a lot of momentum with making things happen, with making moves. So they can't be, I don't think that they're running out of resources. I think that they're coming into a lot of abundance. And I think that's the transformation, that this is starting to give them a level of power, because Pluto represents power and transformation. So they're probably getting a lot of power and now starting to transform now, you know, and now they're putting on the facade of being overly joyous. So they're not going to do anything. They're just going to watch you, because they feel like you're too far. And you might be, you know, with the 3 of Wands, this is usually like in the distance, you know what I mean? You know, it feels like this is like my ships may never come in. It feels like this is too far for me to, you know, get to. I don't have time for this, you know, and that's how they are, you know what I mean? So this could be someone who's energetic and physical and has like physical, because it says they're strengthening their body, their energetic body and their energetic mind. So they're very, very analytical, very physical, you know what I mean? Like they could be a competitor or a workout or gym person or athlete, or just, you know, they just have a nice body. They just take care of their body. You know what I mean? And they're getting resources, they're getting finances, they're getting stability now. You know, they might have been unstable in the past, not too long ago maybe, but now they're getting a momentum of being like stable, being grounded, having things. You know, now they're receiving, because they're in the heart chakra, so they're processing. You know, that's where they're at with the breathe here too, processing. Now practicing gratitude. So whatever change that just happened, they're very happy, very grateful, you know, and they're appreciative. And that's who this person is. And this has made them build up a lot of tenacity, a lot of willpower, you know, a lot of stability and a lot of communicative skills. That's what they learned. They changed the way that they communicate. They learned that their communication is key here. Now, this could have been somebody who flirted with you before, because Gemini energy is here, so that means that there's someone who's trying to flirt with you and you may not be aware. So that could be them here. You know, this is someone who could be, so you could be dealing with the air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, a Sagittarius, a Taurus, or a Scorpio. All right, so pile 4, that was your reading. Thanks for watching. This your boy Noonie, and it's Leo in the 3rd house.